Well, hello everyone. Good morning. So we're going to be doing, and by we I mean I'm going to be doing a silent kind of body doubling work flow. If you guys want to join along, feel free to. The basic game plan on how we're going to do this is going to be broken down in a couple minutes. I'm going to just kind of get my TikTok set up over here. I'm going to let some people kind of trickle in and we'll get it rocking. But first, I'll get everything situated. And really, it's just what it sounds like silently working, getting stuff done, but also answering questions. I'll be checking the comments, whether it's on products we have in the carousel, if you're watching this, whether it's a shop, or if it's just on anything you have questions related to. And I'll be like randomly kind of maybe narrating a bit on what I'm doing and then maybe even posing some questions. But we're almost done. I'm just kind of adding in all the products on my TikTok shop to get the live going from here, and then we'll get into it. And then if you guys do have questions on the products featured, like specific, I'm looking at my Amazon peeps over here. I have our thermal printer. I can kind of break that down. If you have any questions on the products that are featured, I'm happy to speak to them, whether it's the laptop, the books, the bands, any of the productive kind of products I have, even my French press. There's reasons why all of this is added in my journal, all that stuff I use during these like workflow sessions, and I have different reasons for them. So I'm happy to speak to those as well. But again, we'll get rocking here. And if you have questions, you let me know. But let me actually see. While I'm doing this, I probably also will get my thermal printer set up as well as my other printer set up, because I'm doing, this time of year, it's a cliche resolution. I don't really like set resolutions, but what I do use this time of year as an opportunity to reset my desk. I literally pulled everything off of my desk yesterday and went through all my papers, threw out a bunch of stuff, reorganized a bunch of stuff. I'm going to be going through and following up with some clients and updating some workflows based on calls I had yesterday, and then even organizing the space behind me and my desk space. So if you guys have questions on that as well, feel free to let me know. But we'll give it like another minute as I get this. There's got to be an easier way than manually adding all these products on my TikTok shop, because I have like 70 products I just added. And also my phone's just slow. I'm using like a backup smartphone. I usually use my iPhone for my main camera. I have my MacBook, and then I have this Doogee. I don't even know how to pronounce it, but this thing's held up for years, man. I've had this thing for I think 2-3 years now. It's like a rugged smartphone, Android-esque, and it works. I haven't used it for like regular function. I use it more for internet oriented and live streaming stuff and filming a little bit when I need to, especially going on hikes and stuff, but it's worked. All right, so we'll get that set up. Boom, going live here on TikTok as well. So now here's kind of the game plan. Again, I'll break down what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing 25 minutes of a workflow. So it's a Pomodoro timer styled approach. I'm going to be using my watch for the timer. And that's what's cool about this Amazfit, the T-Rex smartwatch. They have all these apps and different features. This one specifically has a Pomodoro timer on it. So I'm going to go over to the Pomodoro timer. And again, we can play. The principle is basically work for a period of time, and then you have a rest or recap or transitionary period of time. It's usually 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off. That's what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to set the timer here. We're going to work for 25 minutes, kind of silently. I'll be checking the comments from time to time, so you guys can drop things in the comments. I'll speak to it, but mostly this is about doing work. I'm going to be like checking some workflow things, going through my planner. Speaking of, where's my planner? I might have to pop into the other room to grab my other planner that I think I left out there with my thermal printer. We're going to get some of these things situated and set up and just go through some basic productivity stuff. The cool thing, there's like science why this works in the body doubling session. Just knowing like people are on a call helps hold us accountable. So that being said, 25 minutes on the clock. Let's rock it. And then when there's about a minute left, I'll let us know. And then we'll do about a 3 to 5 minute kind of stretch and transition. I like to do breathing and stretching. And we'll go into our next workflow. I might even do this for more than an hour. We'll kind of see, because I don't have another call for, oh, I know I do have a call in an hour. So I lied. It's going to be an hour. Lost track of time there a little bit. Charger set up. Get rocking. First things first, what I'm going to just transparently tell you guys I'm doing, I'm going to be inviting some of my clients and some of the leads that we actually have had come in onto our insurance collection platform. So basically we use a HIPAA compliant website and software system to collect people's health insurance information so that we can then bill their insurance, which has been a game changer for us, especially now with our retreat. So I'm actually inviting some people onto the platform so we could do that. There we go. Okay. It's not that. Oh. There we go. I gotta check my emails as well. Also, if you guys are in the Asheville, Western North Carolina area, or in the market for a belt squat machine, I've got our bells of steel. I'm not going to be keeping it at our gym. I'm going to be selling that bad boy. So if you guys are on the market for one, I got you. Clients. There we go. Okay. I got to. We're gonna invite. Let me get Chuck on here. Make sure you send this. Okay. Okay. Speaking of which, I'm gonna send that out to clients so I can get them. Even if you have a deductible, etc. Website we use called practice better, right? Yeah. Practice. All right. So again, we're just like kind of getting a body doubling session where you're just working along with me here. I'm going through just different tasks. I'm gonna actually grab my planner really quick for this, and then feel free to ask questions though if you guys want to chat or just work along. All right, so I got all my notebooks here. I also realized I do have a bunch of unboxing items that will probably, I didn't even put this in the carousel, but we'll probably get to. Including I have my thermal printer that is in the carousel, but I have a variety of other pieces that it's not in the carousel that I'm probably going to do an unboxing for. But I get such interesting things sent to me that I'm always like fascinated by. Like for example, one that I think is crazy, like why they would send it to me is a hookah device and like things that go along with that. And obviously I don't smoke hookah, I don't endorse that, but I'm going to talk about actually how it can be a variable that we may want to address in someone's lifestyle. So if you are like using hookah or like any tobacco oriented things, at one point in my life, I like over a decade ago, I did smoke hookah. I've used it as a device for both tobacco and other things. And I will share potentially when I get to it. I'm going to go through a couple other things. What I have learned from utilizing and leveraging nicotine and not, and using those types of tobacco and not, and what you may want to take away from that. Okay, so let's go through. Yeah, right now. So again, this planner helps keep me on track and then just like crossing things off my list. So being able to send invites to my contacts to get them on better practice. So let's go. Boom. Email should I use? That's okay. Client. Okay. Take question. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Who do we got here? Okay. John Frank. Graham. Okay. So we're gonna go to. Hmm. So I wonder if you guys that are watching that use any kind of CRM, customer relationship manager, what kind of CRM do you use? I'm currently using HubSpot and I'm actually like really enjoying it and tinkering with all the different variables. I'm fascinated with like, what does everybody use? What do you guys do? What do you even utilize to keep track of your life? Even outside of business reasons, like do you use a planner? If someone that has ADHD and that like, is always experimenting with different methods, like I always love to know what are people doing? Like, what are you actually doing that is effective for you, for your like organization, for your task management, all those pieces. What's up? What's up? Yo, also feel free to say, hey, I see you guys on TikTok. What's going on, everybody? Let's check over here. Also, fun fact, wherever you guys are watching this, if you're the first person to comment, you are going to get a $50 gift card to LOF for our coaching, for our services. I'm actually going to drop that in the comments so you guys can see that. Boom. Let's just drop this. I'll drop this on here. And then let's see if I'm trying to figure out the best way to put it on TikTok as well. Amazon, I'll put that here. Okay. See if I can even drop this on TikTok too. Profile. Let's see if we can drop it in the comments. I got the chat. I got you guys. I got you. Guess it's through the message. Break it up into blocks. Oh. Bam, there you go, TikTok. See, I got you guys in the comments. So I always love giving away a $50 gift card on every live stream. To just like, I always love the idea of a first comment. Just drive some engagement. I love like chatting with you guys when we can, even though it's like silent work, and hopefully you guys are getting some productivity to follow along. Um, okay, so now we got 7. Okay. And you guys will probably actually even get to see a little behind the scenes on some content editing since I shot some stuff yesterday. I'm still thinking what I want to actually use for a sponsored video that we have coming up. Which, believe it or not, I guess Valentine's Day is like coming up in a month. It's this is like what part of the sponsorship is. Literally the week we get back from our health retreat, it's gonna be Valentine's. So uh, Valentine's Day is the 14th, obviously, and the health retreat is going to be the 4th to the 10th, or the 5th to the 9th, technically. You guys can still grab tickets. We got about 10 spots still open. If you guys want to jump on board for that, and now you can actually use your insurance to help cover the cost of it, which is to me super exciting. It's been like a game changer. Send that out. All right, sweet. Okay, there we go. All right. Bam. Yeah, I'm so excited about this. Getting more people on our platform to leverage health insurance. It's been like such a long process, and it's like finally here. Where did this one go? Here we go. It's just slowly but surely kind of like chipping away at this. What's going on here? Okay. And all right, where are we at? We got like, wow, we still got like 8 minutes on this workflow. I'm just cruising through stuff. Let's go. We need some more coffee, y'all. All the coffee. Perfect. Man, Liz, you're crushing it, bro. I appreciate you. Okay. Yeah, so I'm excited. We had a really good call actually with our um, host for the workshops we're going to be having on our retreat as well. And we've got a loaded lineup of breathwork, yoga, fitness. We're even going to have facials. We're going to have journaling. It's going to be a variety of things. There's even going to be some art and some artistic expression and painting. We're going to be doing a hike as well in the Joshua Tree National Park. We've got so many awesome things going on. Okay. Wording on this one's going to be tricky. We shall see. Mm-mm. So I want to check. Okay. Boom. All right. So that's actually that kind of flew by. It got into a little workflow. So we're gonna take a 5 minute. That's basically our 5 minute break. Gotta have time. Like how you get that workflow, which is helpful to break things up. So that's our first workflow. Getting things done. Let me just this one here. Perfect. Okay. So for our first workflow, again, what I find helpful during these kind of breaks is doing a combination of breath work and stretching. So first thing I always do is if you're sitting down, we're going to get to the edge of our chair. And this is something you can do. I would save this, whether you're following along live or this is something you want to add in for working at your desk or doing any kind of like workflow stuff. You can do this pretty much anywhere, and it's extremely, extremely impactful. I'll tell you why, especially if you have a neurodivergent or ADHD brain chemistry. But even if not, this is impactful. It can help in our relaxation state. We can get kind of like really locked into our work and have a hard time transitioning. So doing something like this to break up for work, becomes impactful for transitioning tasks, and also not getting burnt out and creating a sustainable piece. So we're going to just spend about 30 seconds just breathing. So in through our nose, out through our mouth. But I want to invite you, if you want to close your eyes, feel free to, but however long you're going to inhale, I want you to exhale twice as long. If you're inhaling for 2 seconds, you're exhaling for four. I'm going to find my own breath. I want you to do that same thing. We'll do that for the next 30 seconds. One of the other things I find helpful to actually learn from Carrie and other yogi practices is one hand on the chest, one hand on our solar plexus, so you can kind of use your diaphragm more for your breathing and less for your chest. Hopefully your stomach's coming out with this one. In on the exhale. Let's do one more. All right, so now we're going to get into some stretching to help kind of break this up. Yeah, perfect timing. So one of the things I actually like that Carrie does in her yoga practice, I'm literally just gonna like pull from hers, is this interesting kind of like shoulder and wrist stretch, flexion, extension. So I'm just gonna nice, inhale, exhale, extend out, flex the wrist, come back, inhale, exhale. Do one more. Yeah, this is another one. It's like literally pulling right from Carrie's arsenals, hands behind our head, and we're just going to kind of oscillate, move through, grab. You like my Santa outfit, Rob? I call it the Santa special. Rob, I'm held prisoner. Come help me. Hopefully, we'll be in Joshua Tree actually soon. Actually, in February. What's going on, man? Just kind of getting loosened up. Rob, this actually is perfectly pertaining to you. So I have a friend of mine in the chat right now. I'm just kind of chopping it up. All right, so we got about a minute before we go into our next workflow. So check out what we're doing here, Rob. This is a body doubling session. So that's a fancy way of saying, like, for those of us with ADHD, this is actually kind of perfect. So I wonder if you noticed you've ever gravitated towards this, dude, because this is like really helpful for ADD, ADHD kind of oriented brain chemistry, any kind of neurodivergency. The idea here is we're getting work done, but we're doing it in like a group setting, whether it's like remote or in person. Like if you ever like fold laundry, but you want to hang out, like when we hang out, right, just doing stuff, having a conversation with me while stretching, I'm yeah. But yeah, the point is it helps with productivity reasons. So with that being said, actually, we're gonna bring it home from the transition to like a breathing and stretch transition. Now we're gonna go into a round two of productivity. So I'm gonna set my timer. We're gonna have 25 minutes where we're basically just like doing work. I'm checking emails, going through different contacts, getting through different messages, taking care of productive ish that I gotta get done. And people can just follow along and do it with me. We're also having fun conversations while stretching. Don't don't extend your rotator cuff, bro, or don't injure yourself now. All right, that's the timer going off. I'm gonna set it for another 25 minutes. We're gonna get back to work. Got some more work to get done, homie. People hear that? Get that work done. Dude, how's the village treating you these days? We can do both at the same time, right? Get all the stuff done. Get it all productivity. All right. Speaking of which, I gotta check to see if this message went through. Talking to so fun fact, we've got our like guests coming to the health retreat in February in Joshua Tree, California for the next LOF retreat, right? And I just had a call yesterday with our influencers and people leading the workshop. Um, and I'm sending them a recap to just like go over what we talked about yesterday, as well as saying, hey, by the way, we can leverage insurance. We can actually have health insurance pay for the health education we're providing on our health retreats. So people, if you have insurance, you want to come to our retreat, you can just bill your insurance, or we can bill your insurance for it, and it'll cover the cost of the trip. But I'm good. I am bartending and ready to move. I have some new picks. Oh yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy, Rob. Yeah, definitely. I have my next. I have a break for lunch that I'm probably going to be going on a run for. So I'll have to call you on my run and check in and see what's going down. You know what I mean, I want to hear what's going down, homie. Hear all the stories. It's been like crazy. We've been like sick, getting back from New York, not sleeping, especially Carrie not sleeping. Now I'm not sleeping a little bit. All the fun. Yeah, I'll call you on my. I'll have a break at noon. I'll give you a buzz and we'll check in on all the funsies. I want to know what's going down. I want to hear stories. And also, if you guys got stories in the comments, let me know too. Also, Rob, you just won a $50 gift card. Fun fact. So I'm gonna have. I don't know. What do you want? What do you want to use for a $50 gift card, dude? What do you want? What you want? Lost connection. Internet drop. Amazon. What are you doing? Internet's dropping on Amazon. Yeah. I mean, you don't have to leave. You come hang out. Yeah. Yeah, dude. The first person to comment on Facebook for commenting, you're the first person to comment. So, and voila. Yeah. Which is a fancy way of saying you can either use it for any of the stuff that I have books, bands, clothing, hats. You already got other good stuff. But I just, I'll no matter what. Or you can come to Joshua Tree. Come, dude, take a vacation. Come out to Joshua Tree. What are you doing? We'll bill your insurance. You won't have to pay anything. It'll be a zero out of pocket. That means you will have to take time off from work. I don't know if you want to do that. Congratulations on I was telling my dad, by the way, the other day that you're able to get a spot in the village and purchase your own and anchor it down in New York. Like, do you guys know how crazy it is to buy your own place in Manhattan right now? Like, in my humble opinion, I don't know how you feel about it, but I think that's crazy. Kudos to you, man. Absolutely. Okay. Okay. Anyways, I'm getting distracted. I get that. This is where the ADHD kicks in, man. Okay. Going back to the message. Question for. Okay. I'm gonna send this. Okay, for Christmas. Food and share experience. Jason, she kept me in the dark. Gosh, I'm interested. Okay, bam. Okay. Thanks, Chuck. All right, so now we gotta do Chuck's done. Deal with that. Making progress, little piece by piece. Thank you first and foremost. I'd like to thank you. That is true. Very much true, Rob. Now the question is, what are you gonna do with your $50? You can spend it all in one place? Huh? You're gonna just drop it on Amazon and get all the things. Um, yeah, but legitimately, what are you gonna do? Like now, it's not like not for New York. It's like I'll give you an option. The actual gift cards for like our LOF app, website, services, whatever. But people have been asking maybe they want an Amazon gift card. So I'm wondering what would you spend it on if you have an Amazon gift card too? That's like the other option. Amazon gift card or like an LOF gift card potentially. I'm entertaining those options. What would you get on Amazon? Or what would you contribute? Would you get some more darts, dartboard, get a book? Maybe you get some. I don't know what. I gotta go into HubSpot and track all this. Okay. All right, so how many we got? Okay, let's go two more. Okay. How do I do that? Oh, let's do. Let's see. Got that. Ooh, there we go. Maybe we'll do. Okay. Yeah, let's do. Rob, I just thought of you, dude, because I have a client of mine. Their name's Billy. I'm not gonna obviously go into their actual full info, but I was like, Billy, follow me. Oh, double. Okay. Well, if I had this yesterday, baby wipes the scooter charger I just got. Nice. Fellas in the chat. Always double ply. Yeah, chicks love double ply. Please follow me. 100%. Dude, the double plies the move. Also, wet wipes, man. Baby wipes. Since having kids, I've learned how valuable wet wipes are. If you guys aren't using wet wipes, you're just missing out on an enjoyable, or even using a bidet. Bidet and wet wipes are two things since I've had kids that have come into my life, and I wonder why I haven't used it prior. It really is like such a missed opportunity. Okay. Okay. There we go. Oh, Bear's coughing. Oh, Bear's coughing. Mm. Oh, geez, things are dropping. Number twos. Yeah, it's so essential. Yeah, not for number ones. I would use them for number ones too, dude. But yeah, obviously, yeah. This is, but it's essential, man. Like I have this one. I gotta give a shout out to Dude Wipes and Zenwise, is a supplement company. Now they're not sponsoring this. They are a sponsor I've worked with in the past. They sent me a supplement pack. It was digestive enzymes specifically, and they partnered with Dude Wipes to send digestive enzymes and probiotics with Dude Wipes. Because if you guys know what digestive enzymes are for, it's to help your GI digest, your gut health. You can go to the bathroom more regularly and have healthy poops, right? And what do you want with good healthy poops? You want some nice wet wipes. So Dude Wipes and this company Zenwise partnered together. So when they sent me out their supplements, they also sent me wet wipes, which I thought was the best collab. It was probably like my favorite thing to see in the mail that come in. I was like, yo, you guys rock. Points to you. Oh yeah, let me send this to Billy. Billy? Okay. He set up. Let's do more. No. Let's check. Okay. And bam, bam, bam. Yes. this. Perfect. 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 Okay. Sounds awesome. All right, now I gotta figure out. Once again, if you guys are on Amazon, by the way, and if you have questions on the products that are here in the carousel, like some of them are actually behind me, like the label printer. Some of them, like the planner I have here that I'm just using during this workflow. But if you guys have questions on that, let me know. I'll happily speak to it. Let's just check collects. Okay, did not. Use about profile. Okay, cool. Whoa, okay, there's been a lot of back and forth. Honestly, I think I'd be able to fish. Let me check my email and see what happens. Let's see. Why is it so loud right now? What are you doing? Hmm, okay. I just makes myself. There we go. Okay. Okay, it works for me. Okay, it works for me. So, yeah, I have the 6 p.m. So, yeah. That works just so you don't want to do it now. So, I have that 6 p.m. for today. Okay. You just got Let's see, that's the 5th of the 10th. Or, okay. Mm, 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 mm. Okay. Boom. All right, we're getting in the home stretch here, y'all. We got about 5 more minutes left on this workflow. Then I'm going to wrap it up and jump to my next coaching session. But there's always more stuff to get done. Getting stuff done, it's not as much as I would like. That's classic. And then just schedule. Um, Then I'll just put no, okay. There we go. Okay. Mm, mm, mm. Okay, got that. Okay. 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 Boom. All right, y'all. So that is the end of our second workflow. That gives me about 5 minutes before I jump into my call. I'm going to use this time to like run to the bathroom, do all this fun stuff, recap what I just did. And again, kudos for everybody, whether you like joined along for the body doubling, you were just kind of popping in and out because the products that I tagged, or you want to see what's going down, or you're like my homie Rob and just like wanted to share some funny stories. Either way, I appreciate that, seeing you guys, and always like to add value and accountability where we can. The goal is constantly experimenting with these body doubling sessions, whether it's workouts, whether it's meal planning, whether it's doing silent work, or just doing product demonstrations. The goal is to always add value for you guys and to see what works, as well as to see different times of the day where people will show up and where it has the most impact. So again, thank you. And if you want to see more, wherever you're watching this, we'll have information for a follow-up, how you can message me, get a hold of me, our link tree, websites, all that kind of fun stuff. But that is pretty much going to do it. I will be back at least for sure on the office hours on Sunday. From now until then, I'm moving forward. I'm going to have my kids starting tomorrow. Like all the rest of the house is going to be full. We always have our daughter, baby Hope, but the rest of the kids with our co-parents, I'll have them. So the point of saying this is tends to be a little bit crazier. Probably may not be jumping onto live streams, but Sunday, Monday, Tuesdays are the days that I always like to at least do a live stream, check in with everyone, offer some body doubling, some support. But that's going to do it. Deuces, y'all. Appreciate you guys.